Non-Americans of Reddit, what is the craziest rumor you heard about America that turned out to be true? If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more. I'm from Australia, and all my life I believed red Solo cups were like 555 area codes, a Hollywood prop. When I immigrated to the US, my mill was making dinner and offered me iced tea in a red Solo cup. I lost it, made everyone sign the cup. I've still got it. America has libraries that are essentially free to use. This was not even a rumor, but more like sarcastic comment from a friend who heard I was excited to go to the US, because he knew what book nerds my entire family is. When I first arrived here 25 years ago, the first day of work at Newark, New Jersey, I walked out at lunchtime and saw the huge central library. The size boggled my mind, but I bravely walked to check it out. The guy says, "Yup, show me your work ID for local address, and you get a membership card." Me, how much does it cost? I only own $80 total till I get my first pay. He, bemused, almost laughing, "It's free. You don't pay anything." Me, after a brief recovery time from shock, "So how many books am I allowed to take home?" Expecting that to be a catch, maybe I need to put down a security deposit for each book. He, now positively enjoying himself, "How many can you carry?" That day I took home 30+ books, just being greedy, and quickly called my dad to tell him about it. For a guy who painstakingly would browse used bookstores in small-town India just to get his kids great books to read, he was suitably amazed. He was puzzled if that would kill the bookstore business, because who'd buy if such free libraries existed? Till date I remember the gratitude I felt that day for being able to come here. And when Dad visited some years later, I would drop him off at a library on my way to work and he'd be lost in it all day. Sports bars are actually exactly how they're portrayed on TV. Not exactly crazy, but I wanted to test out the stereotype that Americans will talk to anyone, so I sought out a sports bar on my first visit. Ended up having a ton of really fun conversations with total strangers who I'll never talk to ever again. It was great. That Dolly Parton has her own theme park in Tennessee. I thought it was a joke. American state and national parks are some of the most beautiful places on Earth. All parks could use more funding, but American parks are well staffed and maintained. There's real pride. Biscuits and gravy is a legit thing. Also, you can ride motorcycles without helmets in some states? And your iced tea isn't sweetened unless you ask for sweet. Drink sizes. Holy shit, when my family visited in 2017 we landed in Texas for a stopover. First thing I saw in the shops part of the terminal was a dude who was drinking from what looked like an actual fucking bucket. Here in NZ our large drinks would be considered an American small, or maybe medium. $2 bills. I've had several German friends who were amazed that at house parties everyone actually does drink out of red Solo cups. They thought that was just a weird thing people did in movies and now they think it is a huge conspiracy or something. That you can identify Texans with the simple phrase, "The stars at night are big and bright." The honking. I thought it was a movie stereotype, and then I went to New York. Not really crazy, but I just learned you guys have like outdoor sirens that get tested somewhat frequently. I've only heard those noises in video games and movies until my friend sent me a clip, because I had no idea it actually happened. Edit, I'm in Canada, Southern Ontario. That your country is huge. I got off the plane and asked the cab guy how far the hotel was and he said about 30 miles. I almost had a heart attack. Turns out cabs are cheaper than the UK. I can't remember the price I paid, but I was pleasantly surprised. The UK cabs are like £4 per mile, so you would get laughed of the taxi for asking to go 30 miles and not taking the train. The "Take Me Out to the Ballgame" song, that's apparently sung at baseball games. Still not entirely sure that guy wasn't taking the piss out of me. That Hawaiians really like Spam. That American kids eat straight sugar. Walked into the playground and saw kids chugging these long thin sticks. I try and it was just colored sugar lol. Called them pixie sticks. 2017 in Athens, Georgia. I passed out at work and was fine, but my boss had already called an ambulance and insisted I get checked out. A less than 2-mile ambulance ride cost me $950 with insurance. I was only dehydrated. Expressionless face. You can see into the public toilet cubicles. Free soft drink refills in restaurants. Like WTH. That there are many libraries of all kinds in the United States. As an American, I think you could also ask this question to Americans. 'Cause there are some weird-ass states, man. All the food is bigger. As a Brit living in America, the amount of pharmaceutical commercials on TV is creepy. How much people smoke weed UK here? I mean, I am in the US now and have been for a while now. But I have a few. I guess that California's GDP is the 5th largest in the world, greater than all of the UK. And that it literally has droughts even as the 5th largest GDP in the world. I think while America has huge things still left unsolved, it is quite shocking how inclusive it is racially, at least in some regions relative to what we have heard of history. When I used to hear it in the media, I wasn't so sure. For sure. It's a work in progress, but far better than expected. A lot more people than I expected are interested in other cultures, and that's so great, that everything is sold in large-ass sizes in the department stores in America. I mean, I thought that'd sort of be true, but whoa. IDK if most people in America even know how wildly different that is. In other countries, chips are typically sold as packets about 1/4, at least, of the standard size. In the US, Americans really don't give a flying fuck. Our football, soccer, the whole Washington DC thing took me a while to get used to. Like, the fact that they're literally on different coasts. There have actually been people who have taken international flights to Washington state by mistake. I know because someone I know is one of them. Lol bagels. I heard NY bagels are supreme, but in my head I was like, that's great, bread is bread though, I guess. I am sorry, but now? I refuse to eat bagels anywhere outside of New York. Those bagels are my everything and my life has been changed forever. One positive thing I've noticed, foreigners love how big Halloween is here. Edit, interested in celebrating Halloween in the States? Couple good starting places to visit: Halloween Horror Nights, fan of the Orlando location. Disney does a nice event as well. Salem bonus video of our decorations. Sorry for crappy camera work. Not me, but my dad. My dad heard this crazy rumor about everyone getting drunk and wearing green for one day a year. He obviously didn't know this was a holiday, and was like, WTF. When he came to the US and discovered St. Patrick's Day, he was amazed. Edit, my dad is from China for those who are asking. I remember when I was younger seeing something on an American sitcom or a movie, I forget, about cheese that came in some kind of spray can? Or a squeezy tube? And I remember thinking it was a joke. Edit, this is what I've learned. It's called Cheese Whiz or EZ cheese or some variation. As long as there are Z's in the name, it's more like a cheese-based product, or cheese-flavored food fluid, both of which sound like something you extract from a cyst. The movie I saw it in might have been a Goofy movie, or Blues Brothers. I can't remember. It's mostly an abomination that brings shame to your country, but it might actually be tasty at 3 a.m. if you are drunk, high, hating yourself. All of the above. 2 ways to make it more enjoyable include spraying on crackers, or as part of a Philadelphia cheesesteak, or would that make it a cheesesteak? Thanks for all the responses, lads. The minimal amount of paid days off you get from work. A friend of mine from Wisconsin was very proud he got 20 days off per year. If someone in Germany would offer me only 20 days, I would laugh at him and leave. Thanks for watching, please leave a like and subscribe for more content.